And if the person wants to open up, fine. The person doesn't want to open up, fine. But when it comes to our public servants, I got to give them help.
Right. Yeah.
This is What a Joke
with Tom Papa and Fortune Feimster
on Netflix is a Joke Radio.
Your show is really great, and you're not going at it lightly. You're diving into real stuff and really bringing some really great conversations. And I know that takes a lot of work.
Yeah, but I used to sell crack and work at Taco Bell. We have to really watch what we call work. I don't know if I would call that work per se.
Which was harder, crack or Taco Bell?
Taco Bell, actually, because
yeah.
I wanted to, I guess, sell crack. I didn't really want to work at Taco Bell because you had the khakis with the purple T-shirt.
Right. Not as cool.
My older sister was my manager, and I remember literally still trying to I would still go to the hood, right? So I remember getting off work one day and pulling up to the hood in my mom's white Lumina Caravan with this Taco Bell outfit, and my homeboy was smoking a blunt. He said, "Look at this motherfucker. He used to have a real N-word job. Now he work at fucking Taco Bell." I was like,
oh no.
Called out.
Your street cred was in danger.
Exactly. Worked at Taco Bell for 2 weeks.
Wow.
My sister fired me, actually. My older sister fired me after 2 weeks.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yep.
Why? What did you do?
Nothing. That was the problem. Just standing around, not doing nothing, eating the tacos. If you put me on the taco line, I make it, eat one, make it more. Like I wasn't doing nothing. So she had every right to fire me.
Yeah.
Charlemagne, where are you doing the show? Are you in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York. The Daily Show building is now the God's Honest Truth building.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So all that pressure. All those years of Jon Stewart, Trevor Noah. I've always wanted to do late night television. That's something that's always been on my vision board, forever. Since the days of watching Arsenio Hall and, when the original Daily Show was out with Jon Stewart, just watching the way he was able to not just tackle these big topics, but become part of the everyday news cycle and not just become part of the everyday news cycle, actually created change with his voice. Like Jon Stewart got legislation passed, you know what I mean? And he was one of those ones when Fox News was to the right and CNN was to the left, he was kind of just always objectively in the middle, always in that gray area and would challenge both sides. And so it's when I saw that, I always I want to do a combination of that with Arsenio, with Bill Maher. So that's always been a thing of mine. I couldn't have did this show 10 years ago. I'm 43, 4 adults, happily married, 6 years of therapy. My worldview is different now. So I'm right where I'm supposed to be at the moment in time I'm supposed to be here.
It seems like it's really coming through in the show. It really has, when you mentioned Bill Maher, it has that kind of a sophisticated way of looking at things, but you still have a very comedic angle. It's a fun hang, and then you drop in these interviews with these people talking about real topics. It's almost like a spoonful of sugar approach.
That's my motto. Put the medicine inside the candy. And here's the thing: I'm not an expert at anything. I'm just a man who's had some experiences, and I have a POV and a platform to express them. But I'm not sitting here trying to act like an expert. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I got a team of writers, a team of researchers. I come in with an idea. This is some stuff I want to explore. We put it together. I express it to the world, and it's open for debate. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm not trying to be matter of fact about anything. And that's why even in Act 2, we like to say, let's unpack this. And that's when we bring people on to, maybe challenge some of the things that I've said. Like last week, we had the senior advisor to the president, Cedric Richmond, on after I did
great.
Called Cowardly Donkeys, where I'm calling out the Democrats for being cowards. And, the death of democracy is going to be because of, their cowardice. So he came on, wanted to push back on it, wanted to talk about it.
It's surprising to see a show on Comedy Central call bullshit on Democrats to begin with, and then to have him sit there and actually go through his accomplishments. At the end of it, you get spit out. And it's we've progressed. We weren't just hitting the same talking points that everybody hits. It was we've got new stuff we could actually think about now after that interview.
Yeah, and the crazy part is I love it because it starts a conversation. Because you have people online saying he was bullshit. Especially he talked about how they called an executive order on banning chokeholds and no. Yes, it's true, but it's on a federal level, so it's not like George Floyd was killed by a federal police officer. It's not like Breonna Taylor was killed by federal police officers. They were killed by state police. So I didn't know that. So
well, you're right.
You've never seemed to have much fear when it comes to like interviewing people, be it on your show, radio show, or this. I mean, have you always just been like very straightforward?
I was raised with a lack of empathy because my father, tried to make me like just like a hardcore robot. So he would always say the fastest way between 2 points is a straight line. And my mom would say, you and your daddy don't know how to talk to people. Yeah. So early on in my radio career, I just didn't know how to talk to people. So I was just doing that straight line thing.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I got 4 daughters. So if you don't get softer with 4 daughters, something's wrong. If you don't get softer with therapy and you start peeling back those layers of your life and everything you thought you knew, you don't know anymore. And like something's wrong with you. And so for me, it's like I have empathy for people now. So the conversation, the intention is different. Like I'm just speaking to the person.
I will say it is, it's rare to hear, especially men, talk about being 6 years into therapy. That's very impressive. I mean, what made you, what was that catalyst to make you want to do that kind of inner work? I
was falling apart. I was falling apart internally. Like externally, everything looked great, right? Like, a nationally syndicated morning show, you're making more money than you ever thought about making in your life. New York Times best-selling book. I'm producing TV shows. Everything's going great, but I'm also out here living that like radio rock star life, so to speak. I remember having a conversation with, Chris Rock, and Chris Rock was like, every superhero is going to test out their superpowers at some point. And he was like, you've never been this version of yourself, ever. Right? So it's like, it's a lot of great perks that come with being that version of myself at the time, and I was losing my mind. I'm out here drinking, drugging. I just started searching for a therapist, and man, it's literally been the best thing ever for me, because it's not even just therapy anymore, because therapy gives you the language and helps you to understand what it is you're going through, but you really got to do the work to heal. So I'm that guy that's sitting with the Sacred Purpose coach, and I'm burning the sage and the Palo Santo, and I'm walking around the backyard barefoot, and I'm doing the breathing exercises, and I got my altar at the house, and I'm lighting the candles, and I'm meditating.
Wow, yeah.
So I'm doing all of those different things, just on my healing journey. And I've been blessed just to have like really great friends around me. Like here in this building, there's so many of us who actively go to therapy. We talk about going to therapy. I was just having a conversation with my showrunner, Rachel Edwards, and she literally said to me, she was talking about going to her therapist, and she said, I understand our dynamic. And it's for me to understand. Like she was like, I talk to my therapist about you, I understand our dynamic. And I'm crying at her, right? I'm like, well, what did she say? And she's like, it's not for you, it's my private therapy session, thank you. But those are great conversations to have when everybody is, that's what we all should be doing. Like, I don't know why we don't take advantage of these resources that exist here on this planet in regard to our mental health.
It feels like it's becoming more commonplace. It feels like people are discussing it openly and stuff. It seems like we're in a new era for it.
Mm-hmm.
No, and to Fortune's point, like even my daughter's 13. So she came to us, me and my wife, and she was just like, she was crying. She was like, I'm overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm overwhelmed. Yeah. Like she understands the language, because me and my wife both go to therapy and we have these conversations. She's like, I'm overwhelmed. She's like, it's too much for me. I'm trying to do cheerleading. I'm on this Zoom. And it's like, I sit her down, calm her down, and let her know, like, this is a new world for all of us. Like, don't get up, don't beat yourself up because your grade slipped.
Right.
During the pandemic, like you're on a Zoom every day. I'm watching you try to do clay projects on a Zoom at home. Like I couldn't even imagine. And she's in 7th grade at the time. I couldn't even imagine having to figure out 7th grade. My dumb ass got left back in 7th grade, and I was in class. If I'd have went to my dad and been like, I'm overwhelmed, it'd have been a punch in the chest. Say, man up.
Right, exactly. Quit
Go
your crying.
Class if you're overwhelmed. Go do some push-ups if you're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah, my dad told me to man up. I was like, wait a second.
I'm still crying about it at 43 years old in therapy.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Well, thank you so much for being here. You as a personality and the show, it feels like the timing of this is so perfect. It really is.
Oh,
And
thank you, man. That means the world coming from you, Tom. Thank you.
yeah, please come back and see us from time to time.
I would love to. Tom, Fortune, thank you for having me.
All right, take care
I
of
love
yourself.
You, man. I always enjoy the Breakfast Club. So
Thank you.
You're going to have to start dressing like Steve Harvey if you keep all these jobs going.
this is the other thing. How come Bojangles has never asked me to do anything? I have literally promoted them my entire career. Look what I had today. Bojangles. It's bow time. It's bow time. Famous chicken and biscuits. It's bow time.
We're getting a little sidetracked.
So we'll just make some phone calls, I guess.
These commercials would only air in the South, but guys, picture this. It's me. I'm doing it some scenario. Then I turn to the camera and I go, it's bow time. I gotta get on my boat and get to the jangles.
Yeah, that's sort of it's like a bow tie. I don't know what is Bojangles.
Bojangles is
chicken.
fried chicken out there.
Oh, okay, fried
It's
chicken.
the, it's the Popeyes of North Carolina.
If
Okay.
there are any Bojangles executives listening right now, consider this a hometown hero.